It's going to take radical founders. You have to think about the technology and new business models and how we do things. You want to come to a place like Austin to build that.
Tech This Out isn't just another podcast. It's a groundbreaking video series that offers you unprecedented access to the innovators in Texas's tech industry who are transforming the world every single day.
I think Austin is becoming one of the greatest defense tech dual-use hubs in the United States and probably the world at this point.
The more we collaborate, the more we work together, the better it is for Texas, the better it is for the entrepreneur.
What really is going to matter is the connections we make together. And that means breaking silos down, getting people working together, and ultimately fostering an environment of creativity. And that's what I feel in Austin.
Join Emmy Award-winning Walt Maciborski as he introduces you to the extraordinary visionary shaping the future in bold and exciting ways. Only on the Tech This Out podcast.
Craig, thank you so much for joining us. First question I want to ask you out of the gate, I want to talk about your company Snackshop, of course, but what do you think about the Austin ecosystem in terms of collaboration, venture capital, and the founders here?
I've been such a fan of Austin for so many years. I've been coming to South by Southwest as this mashup of music, film, interactive, and gaming. And I really think this is the template for where we go with just humans in general, right? AI is accelerating things. Technology is making things better, faster, cheaper. What really is going to matter is the connections we make together. And that means breaking silos down, getting people working together, and ultimately fostering an environment of creativity. And that's what I feel in Austin.
So you've been on the front lines of gaming, storytelling, AI, VR, all of that. Tell me a little bit about your background. You worked at Disney and Henson and built a computer game?
Built a computer game, yeah. Back in the day. We used to program to the beam, Walt. Let me
now
tell
AI
you.
does it, right?
Yeah, well, that's a whole other conversation about abstraction and things. But yeah, I started in Disney after going to USC and working in the early days of video games when it was cartridges for like Genesis and Nintendo. We did the big films like Aladdin and Hercules and Mickey Mouse. Then I went to the Jim Henson Company where we did a bunch more video games, but also more interactive things for like how do we provide kids tools to create. And we did a digital performance system so we could start to perform graphics. And that was a lot of fun. The Muppets are great. And then I started a game studio where we created the first Call of Duty game for consoles, and that did okay.
Yeah, I think so. It did okay. So this started a journey for you, which it helped you launch your new project, Snackshop. What is Snackshop, and how are you integrating AI, gaming, storytelling into this app?
So a lot of it comes to being a frustrated creative. When I'm creating with teams, it's really exciting because you get all these different perspectives and people working together, and you're trying to realize something in your head. Like a director will bring actors onto a set and work with many different talents to try to realize a vision and a story. Unfortunately, as we've moved through time, things have become more and more expensive to build. And so if you look at what happens with major studios and a lot of the kind of popular consumer-driven media that we're offered, it has to fit in a box that maybe serves everybody, right? It has. They call it like a 4-quadrant film. It's got to meet the needs of so many people that not only do we stop telling as many stories as we can tell, but the costs have made that a business decision. So instead of it being like, hey, I've got this personal story I want to share, it's got to go through kind of finance committees and green light committees and reviews. Yeah. And what comes out the other side starts to look very processed and very similar. But with AI, we're going to have all new tools that can still have humans being creative and being involved, but small teams can do huge opportunities for media impact.
Small teams can look like hundreds.
Yes.
With AI.
Yes. So like the Oscar for the best animated film this year went to an AI generated team, small team spending like a few $1 million, and they beat out Pixar spending hundreds of millions of dollars with hundreds of people. And so AI won't replace people, but it's going to give people superpowers. And what's exciting to me about Snackshop is we want to give people tools to create at the speed of imagination so that anyone, anywhere in the world, can share their story.
So your format's a little different as well. You know, everybody has a phone in their pocket. Did you build Snackshop for the phone, or is it all platforms?
It'll be all platforms, but it's primarily driven for the phone. The demographics right now, particularly with the younger generations, 65% of their media is on the phone. It's where they're consuming, where they're sharing, where they are. So we want to be there, but we also want to be on other platforms as well.
So what's the point of Snackshop? I mean, what is the well?
Wow.
I know that was kind of a pointed question.
What's the point?
But I mean,
what's the point of humans, Walt?
but the challenge that you thought, well, that's another conversation. But the hard part is that, you know, Snackshop, you're consuming bite-sized media that actually you can either see that's maybe legacy media like cartoons, or you can also build your own. So tell me how that works. It scrolls differently, it looks different. So when I go into the Snackshop app, what can I expect?
So right now, a lot of media gets kind of pressed down into a single frame. So we talk about, you know, how many frames per second. It's like if you have a Photoshop file and you're working on these different layers of material, and then you press it down to a final image, and that's what gets printed on the page or presented on the screen. In games, while you might have, you know, a screen displaying the content, everything in a game world, if it's a 3D game, is treated as individual objects. So you can move through the space and you can run characters around and interact with things. Most publishing and most media is 2D flattened imagery, but we start out dimensionally. So the goal with Snackshop is to approach storytelling in a dimensional way so that people can enjoy it, not as a game, but with a little bit more interactivity. So in Snackshop, while you might be reading a web comic, every element in that comic is an atomic asset that can be exported, reconfigured, shared. And we think of it as kind of like a Lego kit. You might buy it to build the Millennium Falcon, but after you've enjoyed that for a while, you might reassemble it as like a giant claw monster, right? Or give it to your friends and they use it with other kits to make something new. The younger generations right now, they really think of things as almost like a remix culture. So with Snackshop, we want to empower creators to share their story, but then encourage them to offer that as a Lego kit for other people to tell stories, and really creating a storytelling ecosystem, much like Roblox allows people to be game creators with objects, libraries, and tools. Let's do that with stories so that we can really have everybody be able to share their story.
Why is this a passion for you? I know you like to tell stories, but is it a chance for other people to tell their story?
Exactly. I mean, I think that what remains on the other side of the incredible disruption that we're going to experience with AI is what makes us human. You know, we've had systems built around efficiency, production, finance, distribution. Well, if all those things start to become close to no cost, what remains is people with something to say and an audience that wants to listen. So for Snackshop, we want to build from the ground up to really create to connect their creators to their fans. So they're not separated. Like, I make a movie, I throw it over the wall, somebody distributes it, sees it in the theater, I don't know them. We want to reduce the distance between creators and fans so that they have direct connection and play together.
Where are you now in the process? How can I see it? Has it been launched yet? Are you in stealth? Where are you?
So we're in half stealth. We've released some information about it. We are in demos and we are doing technology development, and we'll be talking more publicly about it early next year.
That's exciting. It feels like you're tapping into everything from your Jim Henson and Disney days to your gaming days, and now tapping into the comic book side as well. Anything I didn't ask or you think is important to say about the Austin ecosystem, South by, or Snackshop?
Well, you know, how long do you have, Walt?
As long as you need.
I think that this will be edited for content, right?
We're running the first thing all the way through, live as Dave.
Great Scott! No, I think the most important thing, I think, to take away from this time of change, and there's a lot of anxiety with that, is that in my experience, when we use technology for an application, it is like a mirror. It reflects on our goals and our needs and our desires. And I think that with AI, we are pursuing a way to amplify human qualities. And it's going to force us to look more deeply into what makes us human. And while the systems we've built are going to be challenged and changed, and there's great opportunity for startups, I don't think there's been a better opportunity since maybe the late 90s to be a company being able to compete with a Google out of the box, because it's like a whole new field of opportunity. It's going to, I think, manifest most profitably and most successfully in ecosystems that support human connection. And I think that's one of Austin's great strengths, is that it brings people together.
Well, we're excited to see the launch of Snackshop. Thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciated the insights.
Thank you, Walt. It's great to be here, human to human, while we're still here.
With AI microphones.
Yes, and AI recording devices, and AI distribution, and AI. And if you haven't heard about AI, now you have.
Well, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.